I posted a story the other day of like, what do you
Relax.
think? Next.
What's that?
Who did? Alec posted a story like, what do you think next? And yesterday, and like at his house, he's doing a project, and I sent weightlifting like pad, and like so right by his rig, so he's doing the rig behind the garage. And then and I was like, yeah, I was gonna do a weightlifting platform, and it was wrong. Do you guys know what he's doing?
No, I don't know what it is. I don't know. No, I don't know what it is.
He just said nope.
No.
No.
That's it? Just nope?
Yeah, that was it.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Huh. I wonder what it is going to be. I'm not sure.
I know.
I normally know because I've heard him talk about different things he wants. So, I think he's going to install P-bars.
Nice.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really dope.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, they are creating a dope spot.
All right, we're up and running. Welcome back, Coach's Office Podcast.
Jamie's
all things quarterfinals. Jamie feels good.
That's right. Yeah, baby.
We got Georgie here just to stir it up. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it a little bit more condensed down, but I'd like to go through go through the workouts. I've only done one. Played out right like I thought.
Which one did you do?
The first one.
This one you did today?
4-round one, the one that we programmed for the class.
All right. Did you go 14 or 15 snatches?
Yeah, I did neither of those.
Huh? Less than those?
Yeah, I did less than that.
Did you get 22 or 23 calories?
More than that.
More than that. I wrote that in my sleep.
Did you get 18
Just kidding.
Or 19 step-ups?
No.
So you went super hard on the row.
Yeah, that's where you can make the most.
That's what I talked about. I said
you said you were going to do it,
so
but that's still really
snatches,
hard. There's
the snatches and the box step-ups. You can... All right, I guess we're just hopping into the first workout. So we programmed it for the class, and it's a class workout today.
Yeah.
I think it's a great class workout. I'd like to say something good about the workouts, something bad about the workouts, and then maybe something like a potential modification, something that might be interesting or different.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe we can do that about each workout because I don't hate the workouts.
All right.
It's a great training workout.
Yeah,
I didn't look at that and think it's bad. Yeah. The movements are good. They're good for a class. They're great for they're great for coaching, improving your capacity at these. That rest, like you said, it's something it's a way you love to train.
Yeah,
and we get it a lot.
Like on bad stuff, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not mad about that part.
I like that in training you can attack it different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I just don't one rep on the power snatches at 135 isn't the same as 1 calorie on the rower.
No.
Which isn't quite the same as 1 step up, which is the only kind of like, I don't know about this one for a competition style workout. I get why they would do it. They've never done it before. They've never done a 1 minute, like they've never done Fight Gone Bad style workout before.
Right.
Which is interesting. So there's a first time for all that, which probably is in the back of their head, I'm assuming. It wasn't my favorite for competition style, just point wise, because I think you can hide. Like you can really hide behind. CrossFit always tries to expose your weaknesses, and this workout gives you a place that you can hide a weakness. Just a thought.
Okay. I think it's based more on your score is based too much on one thing, though. That's what I don't like about the chosen movements, which I sent you that, or I told you I was watching Boz on the Froning podcast, the Mayhem podcast, where he said the idea was that all of them would be somewhat equal. And I was like, no way these are going to be equal. So that didn't pan out. But then he also admitted that the original variation had a crossover element to it, whether the crossover was in there instead of the row, I don't know, or instead of something else. The step up, I have
probably for the step up,
like no idea where that would have come from. I like that idea better. I like the crossover. I think it's fun. I think it challenges people in a different way. I liked watching people that were just really strong, really fit and good at CrossFit when that came out in quarterfinals, just kind of stumble with it.
And they like to do something and then have everybody complain about it.
We didn't get any of that. Maybe so it was overruled, it seemed, by the collaborative programming effort, which I also think makes the workouts. I don't know how to say it, but if one person had the creative control, I think it would have had a better overall total effect
that's an interesting point.
than someone stepping in saying, "Nah, we're not going to do that," and now you're getting someone's almost
almost
idea.
Like you could tell there's a few cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Rather than when Dave did it, it was just
right.
Like,
don't take out that ingredient. Don't put in this. Now my dish is different. Flavors aren't right. That's not what I was going for.
All right. What's your positive take on it?
On the first workout?
Yeah, because you like all the work.
Classic.
Yeah.
It
definitely is.
Yeah, and I like the thought of the best suffering through something classic with the game that has to be played. So like hearing you just say what you said, I'm like, dude, I'm so glad that that's what you did, and I know that that's not what you would like in a workout.
Like I might try it again, just to see it in a different way and see if you do different or do better or worse or whatever. So,
but you can go, So, with that being said, you're not wrong that the best rower should win this workout.
Well, you can probably toss around 135 more efficiently than someone else who can't row well. Like if you can't row well, you have to have really good technique to move 135 well. So I'm surprised they didn't go. So to a tweak, I'm surprised they didn't either go really heavy, like a 185, 125 on the snatch, and make it costly to do your 5 or 6 reps and have those 5 or 6 reps really matter, because when you come down to it at the very end, you're going to look at the leaderboard and everybody's going to be within 20 spots, 20 points.
Yeah.
Like everybody's going to be between 180 and 220.
That's another thing.
You're going to have a few outliers, but like the majority of people are going to be right there, and it comes down to 1 rep.
That's the other thing I didn't like about it, though. There's no tie break on this workout.
Oh, there's not.
There's just a rep score, so it's gonna log a lot of people.
Everybody's gonna be right around the same time,
right,
like the same
reps, same.
Like there's just not that. There's not anything that separates you as a semifinal level athlete for the open athlete. Like you can test this in the open, and it's a good.
So to not give away, to not give away your score or anybody's score, I know yourself, another previous semifinal athlete, and someone who's just a regular open athlete got the same score in our gym on this workout.
What?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. So I'm saying it's a bad test to have in quarterfinals to differentiate who should be going to the semifinals. That's where it failed. Marked all across his other boxes. Affiliate friendly, check.
It's a cool workout.
5% are accessible, check.
Yeah, it's accessible for everybody. Like people look at it and they're like, hey, I can do that. It's exciting. It's fun. It's a good workout. It's hard.
Yeah, you can make it hard.
You can make anything hard. Like you can do 100 backwards rolls and 50 jumping jacks and 20 burpees, and it can be hard.
So I just like the classic part of it. It makes me think that, like, at no point do I think that it would skew. A Joe Schmo will have the top score. I don't think that, like you all think that.
Not a top score, but it's going to heavily filter to the top guys that are just engine grit grunt workout.
And obviously I don't like that. Like that's not engine grunt workout is not the thing that made me fall in love with CrossFit.
No.
And therefore,
but they test it every competition, and you need to test it.
Right.
It's a component of it, just like you would test a heavy lift or a gymnastics skill, which they do in these tests. These 4.
To be as charitable to you all, in my original, like, guys, I love the workout, and both of you being like, F these workouts.
Neither of us said those words.
Yes, you did.
We talked to you a lot about different things.
You might not have said those words.
I walked up and you wrote a big. Everyone, but yes, you might not have said that, but somebody said that. The charitable response of the grunt work, it would be takes you to that spot, and it's like you go hard. Like when you walk in, and it's like, okay, we're gonna do Helen today, and it's go, go. I like that instead of grunt, go. If that makes sense. Like this burpee, the burpee wall ball workout.
Okay, so we're done with 1. You want to move on to 2?
Yeah, the burpee wall ball workout is.
Wait, let me ask one question before you jump on. Having done it already, what do you think the top of the elite scores are going to be for that first workout, rep wise?
It depends on how much people want to try to send it on the snatches. It depends. Like there's some guys that can really cycle 135 and they'll try to go for it and gain an extra reps.
Mm-hmm.
So 245.
You think is the high end? Okay, all right.
Bro,
That's sturdy.
the homeboy on
that's
Savon's
rough.
podcast was like, yeah,
270, 300.
I
Like,
think
no.
270, 300 wins. And Hiller goes, you're smoking crack. He doesn't actually say that. And so he was like 255. And then I did the math on, I still think it's too high too.
Way too high.
I did the
Maybe
math on
245
like
might be too high.
210. I know somebody who already got 210.
I know a score over that already.
And I added, and you add a rep each round. That's 12 more. Let's say that person is a semifinals athlete. That's a 10th place semifinals athlete, and that distinction between 10th and 5th is, let's say, 1 rep each round. That's still only 12. Yeah, 12 more reps, which is only 222.
Right.
And then let's go to the winner of the region. Let's say you add 2 more reps each round. You're still only at 236.
235. 235.
Okay.
I'll readjust that.
So, I mean, if anybody goes over 240 or whatever, juice
yeah, it's gonna be real tight at the top.
Yeah.
That's my thing with this type of workout. You're only selecting 40 athletes, so I think this workout's a little too tight at the top. But it would be fine if this was the only one that's tight at the top.
Yeah.
Like if there's one event that's tight at the top, like there always is every year. It's like the first open workout where it's like 7 minutes of burpees. And there's a huge gap between 10 reps.
Yeah.
That's how this one's gonna be. So I just think if you're selecting for 40, like in Asia, Africa, it doesn't matter. But like in the United States, Europe, it matters more. You know, it's like you're selecting 40, you need a little bit better in multiple events. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. It's not like
totally.
Still good workouts.
Yeah,
I'm still a fan of. I would program them for the gym.
That was the thing that you said when we were talking yesterday, and I mean, everything you said yesterday, I couldn't stop. I thought about it all night. I woke up thinking about it, and like I went to like pray and read and journal today. Could not get my mind.
About it.
I was just thinking about it all day, and I agree with you when you said these are all great workouts. I don't think they're going to do the job of selection that they are meant to. And so I've been thinking about that statement this whole time, which I believe is the thing that we should be talking about, is the selection process that this is supposed to do.
Yeah, so let me say that you can always fall behind the shield of, the cream will rise to the top. It's the easy thing to fall back on. But like, I could also program 4 completely separate run, gymnastics, weightlifting, whatever, one CrossFit workout, and fall behind that shield and say the cream will rise to the top. And it's probably true. But, it's like you have to, I think that the field is it's so deep now. You really do have to, you just have to be careful. And if you're saying the cream will rise to the top, why don't you just set workouts, the standard workouts to qualify for the CrossFit Games? Like the open should be standard, the semifinal, the quarterfinals should be standard, and then you can go to the semifinals.
Interesting.
And make them different.
Yeah.
And then test people in person differently.
Right.
But if you're going to cream will rise at the top, then just have them be standard events.
Yeah.
And I take that to the, take it to the extreme.
Yeah. No, I hear
in that argument. So, yeah.
All right. Numero dos.
Number 2. I haven't done it.
It's the worst workout I've ever seen. It 100%. I read it, and that's why I came in. Or I was like, I love these because I love the thought of looking at that, saying, and then thinking about the best of the best doing it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the same take as you guys. That we're wasting watching the best of the best or maybe you didn't think this.
I did not.
Yeah, I haven't said that, but I like that take. Who said that?
wasting a workout on the best of the best. The workout is 150 lateral burpee box jumps for time.
Which doesn't have to be lateral, by the way.
Very strange.
What do you mean?
You can do your standard burpee box jump over. How you do them rhythmically doesn't matter. So if you want to do facing, if you want to angle away, it's kind of like putting a ground to overhead statement out there, and you're like, you can snatch it. You can snatch it, you can clean and jerk it. You do the harder, the easier version.
It's just meant to be so go pay the price, and they paid a price from what they did, because I don't think, I mean, like I watched Dane pay a price on a thruster workout once that was 10 minutes long, and it was like he paid the price, so he went to regionals.
And
to go to regionals, and it's sent him to the hospital. Yeah. Like
the hospital first.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was his goal, and that's what he did, and that was the price he was willing to pay, and all of the above. With that being said,
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't know why I'm not. I have I have an undergrad in CrossFit. I would Georgie probably has a master's, and you have a PhD.
I don't even think so, but maybe.
And so I'm the least qualified to really analytically sort of break down these workouts. But I typically can look at something and say, I think that's good. And when I see this one, I see just off. I see pukey. You know, I see that. But
I think you're right when you say they want you pay something to semifinals. I think that's what this workout
like
is.
the burpee box jumps in the last 2, 3 quarterfinals, however many there's been, really haven't meant anything. Like they haven't like they were 5 before the clean and jerks last year, and there were 18 the year before for the snatch workout. You know, like they just were there.
Yeah, no, this one will be
You know, like this is drastically different than the last 2 years burpee box jump. I don't know. So there's that.
Again, I have no problem with them doing this. It seems to me like this is like the age group. They used to just throw. I thought they just slapped workouts together for the age group some years.
Last year were great. I liked last year.
Yeah, no, I did too. I'm just saying in years past, it seems like they've kind of just thrown the kitchen sink at it and maybe used the age groups and that to test some of the workouts and maybe like play with a few things. It seems like they're kind of doing that. That's what this one feels like to me. Again, I'm okay with it, but I do think they're testing the same thing on workout 1 and 2. Not that you're going to get the same finishers doing well at the same people are going to finish at the top. I just think they're testing. It's supposed to be broad, general, and inclusive fitness. Yeah. I think it's very narrow fitness for the first 2.
I think the first 2 they're testing, apart from the actual engine system you're talking about, and is how much pain are you willing to endure? Yeah. That's literally all I see.
Which is 1 and 2.
Right. Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's all. But I'm okay with the programs being tested. They're going to be hard. That one is going to rip people's faces off, and they don't even know it.
The second one?
Yeah.
Like they think they have this plan going in. No, man, no. Like I just think about it. If you do 10 wall balls every 30 seconds the entire time, which would be 20 on, 10 off, like Tabata style, you would finish 7.5 minutes. That would mean that you also have to do 12 burpee box jump overs on the minute to finish 150 with the wall balls in 20-minute window. So you have to do 12 burpee box jumps on the minute plus 10 wall balls every 30 seconds.
Right.
And you can obviously go faster on one and slower on the other, but that's kind of like basic if you want to finish under 20 minutes, which I think will be difficult for the majority of people. I don't think many, like I think the athletes that finish are going to be the ones that are going to go.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Just knowing only one time on this, and there wasn't a lot of time left in that cap, I wouldn't be finishing this workout. And I don't think that the bulk of quarterfinalists are finishing this workout.
It's going to be close.
You know, I wouldn't even have pegged top 10% making it in the old number for most people finishing.
Yeah. I totally agree. Real fast. Last year, did they take 40 West Coast, 40 East Coast? 60 West Coast, 60 East Coast.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's a really narrow. It's a really narrow.
It is a really narrow
These
field.
These 2 first tests are going to come down to like seconds and reps. And again, like if you did these in or in semifinals or at the games, I think they look better.
Right.
But or even in the open, they look better. I don't know about
this one, like this wall ball box jump one over it at like a semis would be great because once you'd have them traversing the field with their box, flipping it every 10 reps. Everybody hopefully would have the standard of their wall ball being met, meaning depth and hitting. I just feel like there's not going to be there's going to be a lot of inconsistencies in scores on this leaderboard that are not good scores because of poor movement and not quality repetitions. They took away the judging requirement of quarterfinalists had to use a certified registered judge. Now you don't have to. So you're going to have your friend.
Yeah, I mean, you see it every year.
Your reps.
When I used to compete, you used to see there'd be somebody that's like a handful of people that would beat you in the online portion, and then you go in person and they finish dead last.
Yeah,
it's like every year they did it.
Yeah.
And I was just, I was chomping a bit, waiting to compete against them in person. Yeah, because we know what was going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, workout 1 and 2 seem similar to me. They seem very narrow.
And I believe you. I
No, it's
totally
not
believe
like
you in the sense that they're testing the same things. There's no one else on earth that I would listen to when they say, "Hey, you're about to
they're
enter
testing
the same
similar
space."
things.
Yeah,
Similar
and
things.
I don't have to. I know you're
Now,
not being
no,
literal, like
Here's the thing.
exact.
8 years ago, I think testing different things.
Right.
Like I think the athletes have gotten so there's a level of fitness. Like there's a level of fitness that as a programmer you need to keep up with your finger on the pulse of where everybody is, right?
Okay.
At all times.
Okay.
You have to know where the majority of the field's going to be, like the bell curve type idea. You have to know where that middle third or middle half, whatever, sits.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should program for the middle half. You should program for the best. You shouldn't program for the lower quartile or whatever. You should program for the upper, and then have everybody else try to. That's how you raise the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they've done. All I know is what they've done in the past. So all I have to speak to, the CrossFit Games tweeted me yesterday and was like, "What are your thoughts on the rest of the workouts?" And I'm like, "How am I supposed to tweet these? How am I supposed to tweet the thoughts? I don't know. We'll do a podcast tomorrow. So we're podcasting today, but all I had to go off of is my experience in the past.
Right.
So my thoughts, they're not they're just my thoughts. I don't know where they come from, but they just pop into my head. All of my experience over the years of just paying attention to things as they happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I don't know. And it just seems to me that the first two tested the same thing.
Right.
And you have such a broad field, deep field now that you have to separate out. You have to separate them out in order to really find the right 40 to be there.
Right. And so I'm thinking last night, I'm like, no, that's not the case because he sat on a rower for 3 hours. Like pain cave is not a thing.
Like
it's
one.
it's not a
weird,
it's the going to an awful spot is not I mean, you won. Like it's not the thing you're unwilling to do, right? So then I'm like trying to figure out why this is insufficient, right? And when you say it's testing the same thing, that makes so much more sense to me. Like the leg that lines up well, like super well now. Like I think I can get on those tracks and follow that.
Okay, so in workouts, Chris Spieler wins the burpee box jump over wall ball 1, and Josh Everett wins the snatches row. Oh, Josh Everett box jump over wall ball 1 relative to the field.
Mm-hmm.
Just an example that I came in my head, right?
Yeah.
Jason Kalipa wins the snatch 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't do nearly as good on the burpee 1. Now I think you're gonna get that does well on both, and it's just like the general High Rocks athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like,
you're
the High Rocks flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that, and that statement can be fixed.
What is it wrong? I don't know. It doesn't.
Well, if it's true, assuming
all I have is past to go off of.
Assuming the critique is accurate.
Okay.
You get to the place that it would need to be fixed. How would it be fixed? Might be the wrong word.
Okay, let's get there at the end.
So
let's tweak it.
Let's say, is it enough then if those two are if what's happening, what you think is happening is going to be correct, being the athlete being the same for the first two, are then the final two tests, 3 being highly gymnastic or all gymnastic, 4 being all barbell cycling, are those 2 then enough to filter out of the first 2 scores for the semis? Like, is it enough?
So workout 3, then they shift completely. It's like day 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then day 3, it's like, oh, now we're gonna play this whole different game. Let's throw it this different these gymnastics. All
day
gymnastics
1, day
elements.
2, day 3 of the games, or day 1, day 2, day 3 is.
Let's say there's 4. This is 4 days of semifinals. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. Yeah, I can't remember. So the third one is all gymnastics.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, this is a totally different ballgame. Totally different ballgame. You're not gonna. But the athletes that win are going to be the ones that have the work capacity and the high skills at the same time, and know themselves not to fail on the last set of 20 ring muscle ups so that they can't do anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I personally like workout. Like personally, I don't know which one's my favorite, but I like workout number 3.
Workout number 3 is my favorite, and that's only because I'm a small person, so I can't get excited about a big barbell at the end. So I'm not, you know what I mean?
Well,
this one, like some people that love heavy barbell and barbell cycling are like, that's going to be also their jam. But I like the body weight stuff, and I like how many movements there are, how many it tests. I like the elevation or the escalation in the handstand push-up. from kipping to wall facing at the end. Yeah, I like the whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
This
I
workout,
wouldn't finish it, but I like it.
yeah, that's okay. This workout in semifinals would be awesome, or at the games, would be awesome.
Yeah,
would be very cool to watch.
Agreed.
I'll leave it at that.
Just watching 4 guys that have done this.
Yeah,
it's been fun.
Because you get to the rings. It's like that rope climb one, the 4-3-2-1 with the thrusters and rope climbs. You get to the ring and you look down, you look right.
Yeah.
And you're like, who's going to go up first? It's a game, and you want to see who can push themselves, who knows when to break, who knows when to push, who can hang on. It's a fun one to watch, and there's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
But it's like here, it's like your season's on the line.
Yep.
And nobody's watching.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to watch it in person. But, I don't know.
It is wild to think that the season is on the line right now, and it's a massive cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is not a normal cut. And the more I've been thinking about that, I'm like, dude, this is the new cut. Everyone that is attempting and or wants to make it to the games, quit your day job. You better find a sponsor. You better find somebody who believes in you. You better quit your day job, and you better get a great coach, because you're not doing this as a Joe Blow. You're not making it to the games as a firefighter. Let's put it that way. There are no professional people doing this anymore. It's not possible. No way. Never. You can never convince me of this.
Technically, Colton Mertens has a day job.
Well, let's watch. Let's see how he does then, because he's doing well right now. But he got 50 guys he's about to go up against.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you.
We'll see. And I wish the best for him. He's great. Don't get me wrong. And he went top 20 last year. Like,
I often wonder. I ask the question: Why not? Like you do the 50 wall balls and 50 burpee box jump overs for 3 rounds. Why don't you just do 30 handstand push-ups, 15 rope climbs, and 30 muscle ups for time? Or 30, 30, 30 for time. Like, why break it up like they do? What's the point? I'm just genuinely.
Well, they changed this. They changed the skill of the handstand push-up.
Okay, so like maybe go 20, 20, 20, and up the handstand push-up. Like go 20 kipping, 20 strict, 20 wall facing, then do your rope climbs, then go and do muscle ups.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why not just do that?
Well, you're right in the fun.
If you can just write 50
right.
rounds, like you can just go here, just do 50 53 rounds.
Right.
And I'm just really trying to test how much you want it. It's like, okay, well then test how much you want it with all the handstand push-ups and all the rope climbs and all the muscle ups. Right?
I would. Yeah.
It's a thought. I don't know.
No, because that's the
totally
place
could be off base.
No, that's the place that I've arrived at. And when I say the statement about the games athlete, it's like, it would. I am uninterested in knowing how fast the fittest in the world can do 150 burpees for time.
Same. I don't.
Now, I did 10 years ago.
Yeah,
because we've watched it for 10 years.
Okay, not because there's a lot of people that don't do CrossFit that could do that.
No, not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
We're in the next 10 years. We're in the next decade of the evolution of the sport of CrossFit. Burpees will always have a place. Right?
When they did 7 minutes of burpees, some random dude in Russia won.
Correct. They will always have a place. I don't think they have this place anymore. I don't think it has a selective. I don't think this thing can do it cannot fulfill the purpose of selection anymore. Or we're completely wrong, and we'll find out in 4 days.
I just zoned out a little bit just because Sam was texting me on your train of thought. But last thing I was thinking was just like, it's just not fun or exciting to watch someone do. I don't care how fast you can do 150 burpees, the best in the world or the slowest person, and it's not because of people coming in from other high rocks or other areas. It's just not exciting. It's
what
just
if
like,
you did it? What if you did the where it had the row? It was a 2-score workout, and you had a 2K buy-in.
Oh yeah.
And then was it a half?
I think
marathon
it was half. Yeah, that year.
Afterwards, right? What if it was first round, first 50-50 for time, next 100? Total
they could do it.
Something like that.
They could do whatever they wanted to do.
Right.
This is why we're sitting here having a conversation. Right?
Yeah.
They could do all of those things. Ask me what I would change about workout 3. don't think I change anything. I think it's hard. I think it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's hard to do. I think you have to know yourself as an athlete. I don't know that it's going to separate people too much, but at the top it will. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where to put that one. I like the. I like.
No, it does.
Like
it's gonna do. It's gonna.
It'll do its job.
It will select.
It tests the gymnastic skills of the athletes. Yeah. Yeah, I think Boz wrote that one.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you can tell. Nobody's gonna ever go unbroken on the last 20 muscle ups. No. Even that thought in your head. It's crazy.
Who said this?
Boss put it out there. Wait, on the Froning thing. He asked Froning and Rory next to him. He's like, anybody can go unbroken?
Yeah, so the only way somebody could go unbroken on the 20 muscle ups is if they rested 1 or 2 minutes before they jumped up onto the rings. And in that case, you wouldn't get as good of a time.
Yeah.
I think you do need the rest if you wanted to try to do 20. Now, somebody could do 20 unbroken, I'm sure. If you paced out the first part of the workout.
Went slower,
took some rest, and then went into it. But if you're thinking, like I think you should be, of the top level athlete when you're programming these events, you have to think like them and how they would attack something. Like you write a workout and you're like, okay, how would the best in the world attack this workout? You're like, what would be the limit of human performance at this workout?
Yeah, right.
You're not going to do everything unbroken.
Mm-mm.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way.
Like there's going to be a place on the rope climbs where it sticks and you can make up more time because those reps take longer. There's some separation ability in there, but not too much, especially at the top level because there's only 10. But then, when you get to the 20 muscle ups, it's like you're probably just going to, if you want to get the fastest time, you're just going to transition quick, get up there, get a set, and then rest and break it up and then move through it faster than the other person. You're not going to do all 20 unbroken.
So other funny
unless you want to try to do it just to say, you check it off the list and say, yeah, boss, I did 20, all 20.
Right. Other funny thing too about changes of the workouts. Initially, apparently, the 20 muscle ups was in the middle of that workout, and again, it was changed to be more friendly to the masses. And I'm like, who cares? I just don't understand why we're catering so much at this phase to the masses.
And I think that will change next year.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, and granted, and this is the thing.
Well, hopefully they get this feedback. I think other people. There's 3 people watching right now. I think people watch this and they take ideas from it, and then all these other places they talk about it and they say that it's they're thinking about this or whatever. Great. This is why we want to do this.
100%.
This is why we want to bring these thoughts into the forefront of people's minds. Yeah,
it's just work. I think the gears of CrossFit turn slow in the correction and the correction.
Big machines move slow.
Yeah, big machines move slow, but the last workout.
Ooh, yeah, okay. All right, so I love 3.
Your weightlifting.
I love number 1. Love number 3. I don't like number 2 personally, just because it's gonna be hard. But I also like it because you do kind of get to pace it.
It is. I mean, that's the thing.
It's not a sprint burpee.
No,
workout.
Tortoise wins this race.
Which is why I like.
Yeah.
No, so that's why I would.
It makes me think about. I know it's not like it. I
want to watch this one.
I know it's not. Wait, what are you talking about?
I want to watch him do the second one.
Yeah, I know it's not like it in the sense of what all the movements are, but it kind of one that popped in my head is when you won at regionals or came back and kind of like inched up on people, and it ended with I think it was either box jump overs or step overs. It was a long one. It was like a 20 plus. Yeah, it was long. And that's just kind of pops in my head just because the length of it, not being fast, not being a sprint burpee style workout.
Well, there's a couple of these type ones. There's one that it was like 2014. It was the Chibber that only like 3 people finished.
Right, I think that's the one I'm thinking about.
And then you go down, you came back, and it ended on 50 box jumps.
I think that's the one.
Box jump overs, and he just turns it on.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Just boom, 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 boom. All right, that one was really fun to watch. And then the other one that was like super fun to watch was where he's at regionals and the commentators are like talking about old man Ben getting dominated, yada yada, doesn't hack it anymore, can't whatever.
Which one
it's with these they're the step overs, and it's 50-pound dumbbell step overs, and it looks like he's dying, and he gets through them. But this is the thing: gets through them, walks down the floor, picks up the 100-pound
yes, I remember that one too.
Overhead lunge, goes unbroken all the way down, smashes everyone, and goes from like 20th or something to second in the workout. And only Travis Mayer beat.
And then their classic line comes into play, and out of nowhere.
My ad on that one. Never been the same for this.
You could win the clean jerk workout. Why not?
We did do this exact workout on Monday because you kind of have a sense of what's coming.
Why not?
This exact one?
No, we did just like it.
Yeah.
Like 60 at 135,
Increasing.
60 at 185, 60 at 225, with a minute rest in between. It was very similar, but with a partner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you just kind of go back and forth, and you have to do 10 touch and go, and then you have to do 3 touch and go on the 185, and then you do singles on the.
Yeah, I think everybody was doing so. Again, harken back to the ones that I've seen for this. The 4 guys that have done it, they were all doing singles out the gate, even on the light barbell. But they were pushing that barbell down, kind of singles. You know what I mean? They weren't waiting for it to drop, gravity settle or whatever. Yeah. They were all right together by the second for the start of the rest, and then the next minute, and they were all right there at the end. A few pacing choices by some of the guys allowed them to get like a few more reps. You know, like the faster ones weren't. The tiebreak is the last completed round. So the tiebreak in this is actually going to be very important.
It matters, yeah.
It's going to matter. So that time that you finish the what barbell is it for you? 225? 225. 45 is the last one. Yeah. So the time that you finish your 225 is going to be critical.
Yeah.
For that, unless you have that last weight like in the bag, kind of. Yeah. You're going to get more than the 31 was the top number that was put up there, but.
Don't get me wrong. I know Jeff Adler is the best barbell mover
right now
in existence, and will win the workout. However, that
30 reps.
I think you can do
30 reps at 245 is a lot.
Oh yeah, but that's your bread and butter. That's your bread and butter. The suffering, the heavy breathing under a moderately heavy barbell.
This reminds me of the same type of fitness in workout 1 and workout 2. Very similar.
Really?
Yeah.
So, this fourth one reminds you of the first 2?
Yes.
For you, because you can move it.
Right.
It's such a different workout.
A lot of people can move it now.
Everyone.
Yeah.
This is why I said the field is deeper.
Yeah.
A lot more people can move weight like that around. Now, if it's 275, it's a totally different story. Totally different ballgame. I think they backed it off from. Look at the jumps: 135, 185, 225. The next jump's 265.
Well, so here's the other.
Put it at 245.
This lies the problem of trying to make these fit too many boxes. They had to do that because these are also the age group weights.
Yeah, right.
So if you want them to do more than 20 clean and jerks, you had to go down in those weights. If you want it to be affiliate friendly and accommodate the 25%er.
And I get it. Last year, the 275-pound barbell hurt my feelings, but it was also the motivator to not let it hurt my feelings this year. So that was, and I did, and so I was excited for it to not hurt my feelings this year, and now I'm like, oh man, 245, what? Like,
don't take it easy on me.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that 245 is like they're just trying to get one. They just want to get one. Like I just want to get a shot at it because it's close to my PR or something.
Yeah.
And I get that. There's that too, but
and that's going to exist that person exists
across the spectrum.
And then you got heavy grace.
Yeah.
That exists, right? But I mean, do you think you think Adler gets 35?
Easy. Yeah. So the 2 guys got 31. And Adler's above 33.
Just because I like 3s.
Okay. I still think he can get more, but based on what I saw, the other guys.
Man, 33 in 5 minutes, it's a lot. How much time do they have?
Had more than 5 minutes, I think.
No, they had 5.
More than 5.
No, they had 5.
Was it 5? 5:15.
Okay. You're finishing those first 3 at 4:45 or 5:15. No, you have 4. Yeah, you have 5 minutes tops.
Under.
Tops.
You finished under, but you had the minute rest, so they didn't start until.
5 minutes tops though.
That hurts.
And like I said, the ones that
4:15. They're finishing at 4:45. Their rest ended at 5:45. They had 4 minutes and 15.
They touch and go the 185 too.
They didn't touch and go anything.
Oh, see, I want to try it twice. I'm thinking in my head I want to try this twice. Do it to singles first time through, and then.
And like I said, the people that had the higher reps at the end had the slower building pace in their time at the heaviest barbell.
And you know that's true though. There's some things that are tried and true about this thing, and it's build into
the 10 minute barbells. Yeah, for sure.
You build
same
into
with the wall balls
thing.
and the burpees.
Right. But I have this vivid memory of that open workout with it was a triplet and it ended with 315-pound squat cleans, right?
They did 7 reps at 315 or 9 reps at 315 in the open.
Yeah, in the open. And
so don't forget that, everybody.
Right. But and that was only 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time.
But even that one, it was like the person that won that workout went moderately slow in the beginning and won the workout on the last 7 reps on the barbell.
Play the game. You got to know where the time is going to be spent.
So that brings me
that one is like,
that kind of brings me to my next point, which is, okay, I like 3. I do. I like that's all gymnastics, and then I basically can get to the end, and then my muscle ups will slow down, and I'll just do double singles, maybe even, and get what I can get at the end of a workout like that. But I'm not getting very far in the barbell. However, I think we're separating things too much. Why is it all in this one workout? Why are these all in this one workout when they can definitely come together, I think, to form a more complete test?
And I think that's what we're trying to say, right? Because they did that at the games in all the years past.
Yeah.
But they usually wait until the games level to do that. Like the open is usually the broadest type of fitness. But in all these other movements where they push press, toes the bar, muscle ups, double unders, wall balls, box jumps.
But even in that workout that you're just talking about, the squat snatch one, you had a gymnastics and you had
a double under.
It was double under.
Jump.
Right.
Double under, or it was double under toe to bar.
Right. I know some people that can move a barbell so easily in this gym that eked into quarterfinals at 25% and can crush that barbell, but they struggle with a simple skill, as I would call it, of double unders. And their chest bar are not proficient. So they would be drastically slowed down or may not even make a time cut to get to a heavy barbell. And that's how I have always enjoyed watching, like, earn your barbell. Like, that's what I enjoy watching too, for a separator, not just like, oh, I'm gonna come smash this workout and take my 30 reps in the gymnastics one.
Yeah, earning the barbell in a workout is a really good point, because there is space for you to do a max lift too as well, right?
Shows off your skill too.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be the mindset of a programmer. It needs to be, all right, let me imagine if I took Jeff Adler through this event.
Yeah.
Let's see, would it be challenging for him?
Yeah.
Would it be a fun test to watch? Would it be all of these things? Like, I don't know that you can think about the guy, that's squeaks through open and then will get crushed at the, like, just program the test for the best.
Yeah.
And let everyone else have the stories that fall into place, that the places that they fall into place. Like, there's going to be dividing lines at every component. You can't take those out. So just let those things kind of happen.
Well, my concern with it, or
I
feel the way I do with it too, is when you look at the leaderboard and how it shakes out 4 workouts, each weighed equally, 25% of your cumulative total getting to semifinals from quarterfinals. Are they actually each worth 25%? Meaning, if I'm really good at a gymnastics workout, how much 3 minutes of beating the next group of people, like, where's the separation? How much is that going to rank me above people versus how many people are coming into this thing that are going to get hundreds or thousands of placements ahead of me on just because of the barbell? It's always been an issue. And in the open, it's less of a problem. In the open, it's less of a problem because we're taking, we're creating another phase. I am of the mindset that quarterfinals needs to not be about letting people play and being affiliate friendly and this whole, like, general inclusivity thing that's going on. And it needs to be, let's put more stuff in the open and minimize the group that's going here and make the tests appropriate to filter out to the top 40 for semifinals. Let's do that. That's how I see it. I'm not here for
it's like CrossFit's like, hey, here's who we are. This is what we're finding. This is what we're about. People on the planet.
Right.
We're going to show this off.
Which is true, though.
You guys can participate in this thing.
Yeah.
It's going to get harder as you go, though. Know that. Like, you might start out with burpees and wall balls.
Correct.
But then we're about to accelerate this thing into some bar muscle ups and squat cleans and double unders and handstand walking.
Right.
Just know that.
Right.
And that's easy. People will still partake and want to participate.
Yeah.
And up to their level, up to their point. But you set the bar here, you get people that jump over the bar. You set the bar here, you're going to get people that just jump over the bar here. Like, put the bar up there and let people reach for it.
It's like what you said. That 275 5 bar motivated you last year going into this year?
Bro, I've been eating. I'm like, I weigh like 205 right now, and it was all in anticipation for this freaking barbell that didn't show up.
But I can take it back
to eating for like 4 weeks straight.
I can even take it back to way further when they put ring muscle ups as the first thing in an open workout. What was that? 14? 15?
Yeah, it started with 7.
Whatever.
It started with 7 ring muscle ups.
Yeah, I couldn't do them that year. Actually, I got up there.
See, I didn't even think about that.
I got up there and I freaked
didn't
out.
cross my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Apparently, it pissed everyone off.
God, I just watched so many women just cry, just
no
tears under.
So I wasn't crying, but I mean, I spent 12 minutes trying, and I got up there one time for my first time ever, got the turnover because that was the portion that was hard for me, and then I like got so in the moment that I like was like, oh my god, now what do I do? And I didn't, and I failed the dip, and then I couldn't get back up there. But for me, that was a moment that motivated me for the future years coming. Now that particular open year, I was like, I didn't cry about it, I didn't gripe about it, but I also had like an ego pride thing and refused to submit a scaled score. So I just didn't submit a score for that workout because I couldn't. You couldn't submit 0 as a score, so I couldn't submit a score. So my pride got in the way a little bit of I did the scaled workout, but I just didn't submit a score.
Okay, you go.
In the exact same level, if I program 30 muscle ups for time as the class workout, and you walk into the gym and you can't do a muscle up, you know, it's like you have the same thing in your head, the same thing going on, the same thoughts, the same thing when you don't want to put your score on the whiteboard. It's just on the level of, hey, this is public. This is you're competing. Like this is the test. You're gonna try to beat that test. You can either choose at the end of that day to be like you were and motivated and be like, I'm gonna get this muscle up and I'm gonna work for the next year to get this muscle up so that when it comes up again, like you said, you're gonna be ready for it.
Right.
I waited years for it to be the first thing again, and it never came out as the first thing again. And just like you're saying that, I was like, come on. And then it went like bar, and I'm like, where is it? And then it's at the end, and then I had to die just to get there on that rowing, and like, and I'm like, oh.
Then it's totally different test, right? But then, or you can be the person that's like, yeah, I'm done with CrossFit. I came in and the workouts were too complicated. They were too hard. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The coach didn't give me the good enough scaling option.
Right.
But it's like you should be motivated to come in and see the test, see the challenge, and want to try to do your best to tackle it.
Yeah.
Put in your best effort. Learn about what the scaling options are. Learn how to progress towards a muscle up, and work your way there. That's the fun of like this whole thing.
Yes.
Like that's what I'm going. Yeah, I'm doing some speaking thing next month at the Chesapeake Conference Center, and this is what I want to do. I want to try to tell people about what CrossFit is and why they should do it.
Right.
But it's like I want to tell people that this is like it gives you this challenge. Like you can
just come with you.
Maybe. Yeah, but it's like
we'd be plants in the audience to ask you the questions.
Seriously, because nobody can ask questions because it's like, who has heard of CrossFit? Just crickets. That's when I know it's gonna be a hard talk. But yeah. So I mean, I just want to be able to share that. Like that's coming in and seeing the challenge and trying to tackle it and learning how to develop a skill moving towards something like towards a goal.
Yeah.
Think of that, how that translates over to everything else in your life. Students, athletes, teams, whatever, at your job.
Yeah.
If you can do that in the gym, you know you can do it outside of the gym. That's when they say it carries over. That's what they're doing. You orient yourself towards a goal. You learn how to do it. You learn from other people around you on how to do it. You're inspired. You're motivated. You're pissed off sometimes, but then you struggle and then you fail and then you fail and then fail and then you keep persevering through it and then you reach your goal. You know, it's like that's what CrossFit's teaching you.
Yeah. And then you get to do it with other like-minded individuals or people that are here for the same reason, and they're struggling and suffering with you, and they're failing with you, and then you're succeeding together.
Yeah, and then people on the outside look at you and they're like, "Oh, you guys are obsessed with this. I don't know how you guys do this. This is crazy." It's like it's not that crazy because we're all working towards the same thing. It's easier when you have people around you.
Yeah, not at all. And there are definitely levels to this thing, and I for brevity's sake, don't answer this question if we need to stop. But I remember Christian Becker's best finish in the Open.
His best, like overall, or his best
overall
finish?
Overall finish, placement wise.
Oh, okay.
It was when Colton was still here. It was when the training crew was awesome. It was lit. Not whatever. It was the years that I wanted to be in here with you guys, and I couldn't be in here with you. He finished top 100
with us anymore.
No. I come in, he's like, I already do this warm up. I'm like, you mean workout? Like, no, I'm done. But he top 100 in the Open, right? And it was like, dude, I think you could
in our region.
in the region.
Okay.
You know, it's like I think you might be able to go to regionals. And immediately I went, no, that's definitely not possible. The 60 spots from 100 to top 40 is so drastic, right? That it was obvious, like, hey, this is probably it. But I don't know. But then he went and started his career and didn't continue doing it, right? But he did top 100. Fast forward to now. I think of Emily, right?
Smith?
No, Emily Broad.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, here are the 4 workouts. Does she get one of the 40 spots? Because she wants one of those 40 spots, right? And maybe she does get one of the 40 spots. And that would be awesome to get one of the 40 spots. But Emily, let's say Emily was in that same place of like, let's say she finishes 100 this year, right? To crack into that to get into the top 40 is such a...
Well, she was 39 last year.
39?
Yeah.
So way closer.
Yeah.
Way closer, right? This year, do these workouts do a good enough job of selecting the 40? And you all have convinced me.
What do you think?
Now, you have convinced
what do you think
me.
Now.
Now.
Yeah.
And after watching, you have convinced me that it's not.
Yeah.
But
and I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that negative.
No,
I don't know. I don't want to bring that negativity in space. Like I appreciate Boss. I appreciate Dave.
Yeah.
I appreciate the CrossFit team.
Yeah, totally.
I want to see CrossFit succeed.
Right.
I want everybody in the world to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that right now.
Right.
We're talking about the CrossFit Games. I want to see the best athletes at the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
And you can definitely say, like Dave used to like to fall back on, the cream will rise to the top.
Yeah.
They still do. No, they
and
still
do say that. Then just set standard events and have those be the events. That's easy.
I mean, it's easy, but I don't know if that's the answer either, because then you just get people
I'm
constantly practicing to be the best at these events, and then they're gonna have these gaping holes because they're gonna
what is CrossFit again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can't, and
you can't do it.
You fall back on this space. Where I'm like,
all I was trying to say is that argument's not valid.
Right.
If you take that argument to its extreme, just say, make this test standardized, and then you say exactly what you just said. You can't make them standardized.
So I've been watching a lot of F1 recently. It's very, very hard to get the most pristine car, like the best racing machine in the world, to get even a 1/10 of a mile per hour extra is absurdly hard, like crazy hard. And that's this space we're entering in right now with human performance in CrossFit, where it's like, get that, the best of the best, right? Cracking into the best of the best, to use that model, like to get that extra 1/10 is going to start becoming very hard if this is the way that we're going to do the selecting. And that's
this is the way that we're going to do it.
Right.
Yes, this is the way that we're going to do the selecting. I'm
fully convinced.
And in my opinion,
100%.
If Emily misses the mark, it's not going to be because of 3 and 4.
Yeah,
it's going to be in 1 and 2.
She's going to smash 3 and 4.
Yeah. Right, she's going to. And these are skilled, and these are strength based.
Yeah,
and the first 2, it's where all these people can creep up in from just being monster engines in the open and not even have strict handstand push-up or strict wall facing or a ring muscle up.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy said, just rolling over from the Savan podcast, their coverage is insane. Shows how great the workouts are. And so this is what everybody's take is, right? Everybody's take, because you kind of hear things online and then you just go with what you hear because you don't really think about it too much.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much everybody's take. And again, they're fun workouts to watch. If I put people, the best in the world, head to head, exactly like Savan's doing,
you get a one-on-one
against, you don't know how many people, and the other person has to score their workout, and it comes down to 1 rep, and then there's judging. I'm like, in person, these are great. In person, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I like the workouts.
Right.
I'm just saying, in this format, in this day and age,
yes,
I don't know that they're the best. I don't know that they're going to do their job like you're saying.
Correct.
Because like you said, the 10%, like to crack into that top 10%, these workouts make it easier for random people to crack into that 10%.
And that should not be possible. Because, and I was going to finish the whole, the whole statement with when I was doing when I was trying my best to be good at this, and people would be like, "Hey, like, you think you'll make it to regionals next year?" And I could laugh. I could openly go, "Ha ha ha! You have no idea how good a regionals athlete is compared to my level of fitness, right?" And now it seems like a very strange place to find yourself. Of the regionals at the semifinals athlete now is there's going to be a lot of people. I'm curious to see how many people will be there this year that might not belong.
I think you're going to get a lot of new people. You're going to get a lot of new people.
Let's put it that way.
And we'll see how it plays out for them. I don't know. You're still going to get the same group of people that probably should be at the top there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think you get a lot of new people. Maybe that's what they want.
Maybe
that's what they want. Maybe they want new people.
Yeah, but you do not want to not be able to diagnose how to get there.
Yeah,
and
that's all we're doing.
Yeah,
that's all I think we're trying to do.
Right.
I don't want to be the negative Nancy.
No, but there should be somewhat of a pattern, and it should be able to be seen, and it should be able to be replicated. And
yet, just going off of past years, this doesn't quite look like the past years. Quarterfinals.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? This tree will bear its fruit. Mm-hmm. We'll see what fruit it bears.
Yeah. Cool. So we don't have any questions, but yeah, hopefully we covered it all.
Yeah.
Did you get out what you needed to get out?
Somewhat.
All right, cool.
A lot of people are going to disagree with me, and I know that's coming because people within the gym disagree with me, but I've never been quiet about how I feel about it, and I don't mean it personally as an offense to anybody that does like the workouts or has enjoyed their open experience.
I think we all like the workouts. Again, I'm excited. I'm so excited to do these workouts that I think I'm going to do them multiple times, and I never do that.
Yeah.
Like I finished that one, and I was like, I'm gonna try this one again, but in a different way.
All right, there's zero excitement for me. I'm not interested in doing the wall ball and burpee workout.
Oh, that one
I am.
At all.
I really am. I'm excited to just die in this workout. Like I really am. It's gonna be. It just hasn't existed in a while. Like this, it's so bad. I mean, I'm walking into. I know the worst workout that I've ever done in my life, and I know this one's gonna be worse.
I wonder.
All right, I hope I'm there when you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, because it's gonna end in it's gonna start in about 40 seconds in. You'll be like, oh no.